Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Today we're going to start out with our usual Golden Saucer stuff. We're going to do Fashion Report, then some MGP logs, and hopefully hit the 3 o'clock gate. Then we're going to get started with 6.1 MSQ, I think it's Newfound Adventure, is that right? Newfound Adventure. Anyway, let's not dilly-dally too much. Let's go ahead and pull up Kaya's graphic and see what ridiculous outfit we're making this week. Let's go ahead and pull that up. There we go. So this week, I thought I had the Field Commander's helm, but apparently I don't. I apparently never won a game on Seal Rock. But we can work around that. I believe I have the Wake Doctor's coat. I think I did the 22 event. And then I know I have the Strife gloves. So we shouldn't have any issues with the outfit this time. We should only need those two. But if we really need it, I can go and grab a... Go ahead and grab a dye from somewhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and make that outfit. So that we just need to head over to the Adventurers Guild and go to the Glamour Dresser. Kind of looking forward to 6.1 because I spent so much time going through all the 6.0 content that like there was just stuff that I wanted to get to that's time gated that I kind of wish I could figure out a way, because I want to do stuff in patch order as much as I can, but there's also stuff that's time gated, like the custom deliveries and the island sanctuaries, and there's one more I'm forgetting. Tribal quests. Those are all time gated. Let's see, Strife gloves should be in probably exclusive extras. Yeah, so I've got that. And then the other thing was the Wake Doctor's coat. That'd be a holiday event. There it is. Nice. Hopefully that's all we need. Hopefully that's all I'll need for Fashion Report, and that should give us the 80 points we need. Or 80? It's 80, right? Yes. Hopefully this is what we need. Let's head on over to the Golden Saucer. Let's see, airship landing. Today I had to help someone with their laptop and their computer. It wasn't that bad, it was just that it was a bunch of like, my email isn't working on my iPad anymore and that kind of thing. It wasn't bad, but the main thing that was frustrating was she's an older lady. She uses an old email system, and the settings that they had on their website weren't correct. And it hadn't been updated since like 2017. Oh right, I accidentally did these this morning, so we can't do the mini Cactbot tickets. So I was having trouble adding it on her iPad. But then I ended up... I could add it on my phone just fine, so I try and use the settings from my phone, but then those didn't work. Okay, let's actually remember to apply this. Those settings didn't work for whatever reason, but eventually just trial and error changing like the port number and the SMTP server. Finally I got one that worked, and then it didn't match up with my phone, nor did it match up with the settings that they had on their website. So that was fun. The rest of it was pretty easy to figure out. Except for one, she does this like casino game on her iPad, and for whatever reason the login email is different than whatever email it says in their settings. So I was trying to fix it on her laptop because it wasn't logged in anymore. And then apparently the login email is different. And it's the first one that you set it up with, and not the one that's currently set for in your settings. There we go. Nice easy 80 points. Of course, these are both from this is probably going to be a pretty hard week for a normal, or for somebody who hasn't been playing for a while. Because both of those are like, because the Strife gloves are the, I don't know how many days it is, but it's a membership award, or not membership, subscription award. So a lot of newer players wouldn't have that, and then the All Saints Wake thing is from 2022, so that would be a Mog Station item. Anyway, let's go ahead and do... Oh yeah, I got enough time to do the MGP log, so let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and just do it real quick out on a limb. I find this one of the easiest ones to do it on. Because it got my system. Also looks like it's at the top. Let's see, one more should do it. There we go. You gotta get 3 wins and 100 MGP total. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Not there. Let's try the middle. Nope, not there either. Must be in the upper part. Okay, right about here. Oh, no, probably a little bit farther up. Much closer. There we go, that's how you do it. Oh, we gotta get one more win, and then that'll be the MGP logs that I want to do. And then it should be just in time for the gate. Not there. Oh, that's pretty close. Probably a little bit farther. Oh, that was actually really close. Oh no, I guess that was farther. Okay, now we're good. Oh right, that's an easy extra 2500 MGP. Let's go ahead and wait at the Aetheryte Center and wait for the 3 o'clock gate. Should happen in about 30 seconds. I ended up accidentally timing this pretty good. I intended to, because I was actually doing stuff and I wasn't quite watching the time. And then I'm like, oh, I need to start streaming like right now if I'm going to hit the 30 o'clock gate. Oh, okay, leap of faith. Head on up there. So then I just go live like immediately. And then I have 5 minutes to actually get everything ready. But I ended up making it just fine. Okay, good. It's not one of the newer ones. This should be pretty easy. Famous last words. Oh yeah, and then maybe I shouldn't talk. Okay, let's take this a little bit slower. Okay, also, it seems like the AC is broken, so I'm like sweating like crazy right now. Even with, and I can't really run my fan, because you can hear it in the background and it sounds really bad. Because I know I edited down one stream with when the fan was running, and I'm like, what the heck is that buzzing sound? I'm like, oh, I must have had the fan on. I can't really do much about that except for maybe some noise cancellation, but I don't really want it to mess up my voice at all. Okay, so that was... How many bronzes? Okay, we have all the bronze. There's 2 more silvers. Oh, come on. Well, at least I didn't fall all the way. Okay, let's try it again. I see both the silvers over there, I think. Okay, yeah, both the silvers are right here. Oh, great, just the gold. Okay, gold is over on the right. Let's get that. Now, if you're not confident in getting the gold trophy, it's better to get the completion bonus than it is to get the 1 gold trophy. But I'm confident. You know, I was really... I genuinely thought I was going to accidentally walk off that platform as soon as I said that. But I didn't. And we got all the trophies. Nice. Easy. Got the gate achievement, gate challenge log done too. That's another 4,400 MGP. I'll eventually spend some of this MGP. I think I've got like 5 point something million right now. Yeah, 5.6 million. I'll eventually spend it on stuff because I still need to get one of the cards from the gold triple triad packs. But, like, it's pretty rare. I've actually opened up at least 40 of them. Anyway, let's go ahead and head on over to Revenant's Toll And then we can get started on newfound adventure. Let's see. Ul'dah would be slightly closer, because the Golden Saucer is actually in southern Thanalan. So if I go and ahead and teleport to Mordona now, it should be slightly cheaper. And while we're waiting on that, I'll update the stream text. Oh, that's a bit big. Make that a bit smaller. That's better. I will head on into Revenant's Toll. There it is. Get started on MSQ. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do this as Summoner, so that I don't have to think. But then again, I could just do it as Warrior and not think like that. Yeah, let's do it as Warrior. Head on inside and talk to Tataru. Hello, Tataru. I know you've been patiently waiting. So is there anyone else around here? I guess no. Because we kind of disbanded the Scions. Well, formally disbanded it. So I guess Tataru is going to be the only one here. I'm going to take a quick drink of water and then we'll get started. Alright, Tataru, go ahead and get started. I believe at the end of Endwalker, the Scions were formally disbanded. And everybody talked about what they were going to be doing. I believe Alizé and Alphanode were going to head up north to work in Garlemald. Urianger and Thancred were going to go be best bros on their own adventure. I think Y'shtola was going to go and, like, continue to study the Ethereal Sea and, like, try and figure out a way between worlds. I don't remember what Graha said he was going to do. And Estinian is going to do whatever he can to scrape by on his money. Keep working as a mercenary. Anyway, let's not dilly-dally anymore. Go ahead and talk to Tataru and get started. Newfound adventure. Tataru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Brilliant! How lovely to see you! If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Sure. Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. This is a little bit more than to nibble on, but I'm not complaining. It's really quiet.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand.
Sure, Tataru.
I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
I mean, the most profit.
What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
I'm gonna see her rope us into something. A grand new adventure, of course. I'm still mulling it over. ...
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you.
Oh, really?
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
Well, yeah.
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
You're right. Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered? That's a great idea, but where to start? ...
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind.
Oh, you do?
Thavnair. That's where you should go next.
That's pretty vague.
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat
That's
the
true.
last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you.
That's true.
Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance.
Good point, except, are we gonna get there
Just
again?
think of all the new experiences.
Oh wait, we got the
you could
airship,
have.
never mind. I was thinking we'd have to take those the Aetherite, thing again.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Emmett, please.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
Oh, new clothes. Come on, Taru.
Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
You're the best, Taru. Make sure it has pockets. Doing her needlepoint.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
I'm not really interested in your needlepoint, Taru.
I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
And she hasn't even seen my retainers.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Taru, please, didn't you say you would be ready in a second? Oh. What do we got here? Like some sort of ruins somewhere. And that looks like Void Scent? And thus, I am returned. Oh, I thought it was going to be like the ancients. Newfound adventure. Oh, is she finally done?
Ah, you're awake. My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
Clearly.
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
The wood forge? I'm gonna say, how can you afford that? Then I remember we're talking about Tataru. Wonder what kind of drip she's gonna get of us this time. Let's see, where's the Diamond Forge? I would suspect it's somewhere in the north area of Mordona inside that building. They wouldn't expect the Tataru to go around too far. Yeah. It's up here. Oh, that's the Diamond Forge, okay. Because I don't know anything in the area, because... Oh, right, these guys. That's right. Observe as the artisy... What? Artisit. Observe as the artisit refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. Sure, Tataru. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. A final adjustment to the hem. Does the crafting complete sound? All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Alright, this is the outfit you get, or this was the outfit they used in the promotional material. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream, ready for a bold new adventure? Sure. Oh, they actually used the female mannequin. Okay. Of course they would. It's female. I'm so glad you approve. You've outdone yourself, Tataru. Thank you. So what do I owe you? This is all we're dealing with. Oh, don't be silly. Your approval is payment enough. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. Wahaha! I can hear it now. The merry clink-clink of gill overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Tataru, please. Channeling her inner Lala. Ahem. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapters of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Well, I record all of mine, so it's pretty easy to go back and look. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll be able to blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind, in any case. Sure. Collection expanded, unending codex. Oh, right, the thing that they never use. Let's see, I'm not going to read all this. Okay, so this is just going to be descriptions of various things we've dealt with. That's pretty interesting. Unending codex is now available under collection under the duty section, main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the codex. I don't know why they don't do this earlier, but okay. This is cool, but why don't they do that at the beginning of the game? Anyway, let's go make a glamour plate for the new outfit first. So I wanted to go to court this. There's Ishgard. I'll go make a glamour plate with this new stuff. And then we'll go ahead and continue. Need to head over to the Forgotten Knight. We'll get this done real quick. I mean, I like my outfit, but like we got a MSQ outfit. We gotta try it on at least. We gotta at least try it on. So you should be able to put it in. Oh right, I didn't actually open it. Ugh, what do you mean I have to actually use glamour prisms on this? Oh, let's actually make the plate. Let's see, I think I still have the one... Yeah, this is the one I was using for MSQ. So we've got... where is it? I don't think oh wait, there is no helmet. Right. I wish these were in order. The Wayfarer top. There's that. I guess I could just pick like a crafter and that would make it a little bit less. Oh, there it is. Wayfarer top. Wayfarer fingerless gloves. Oh, I guess there aren't Wayfarer boots, an earring, and a necklace. Yeah, now were there no legs? Let's see, tabard, boots, gloves, ear cuffs, and necklace. Yeah, there's no legs. Let's see, let's put on... Yeah, I could put on black leggings. That actually looks decent. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's head on back to Mordona and continue on. It's so hard not to use black leggings because they just go with everything. Okay, let's head out to Corthus, and then I'll teleport over to Mordona. Alright, Tataru, I got your new stuff on. Let's go ahead and talk to you and get on with the next thing. Bountiful Ruins. Tataru has some advice to share with you. This, former receptionist, sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions. Allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. Oh sure, we can definitely head to the Razadhan market. I've been there plenty of times. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavner, I suggest you explore your options at Merides Mayhain, the finest drinking establishment in Razadhan. Okay, we're heading to the bar again. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues, like buying them a million drinks and getting them drunk. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Brillian, and may fair fortune find you. Okay, Tataru. Let's see, we've got to head over to Razadhan, is that right? Yep, okay. The cheapest way to do that would be for me to go to Limsa, and then take the airship from there. It actually took me a while to even find out that I could take the airship directly to Razadhan. And then actually from Radzit Han, you could take an airship all the way to Kugane. Let's see, Radzit Han. It also throws me off that the Aetherite for the airship in Radzit Han is not in the other category like it is in every other city. But you get used to it. Let's head on over to the bar and see what we can find. Let's start talking to the bartender, or the barmaid over here. As we talked to her during MSQ, if I recall correctly. Welcome to Meridi. Hold on, let me actually figure out how to say this. Merid's Mehane. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Oh, well, actually, I was looking for some information. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular... a historian, in fact, who can tell you all about it. Well, that's nice. Ah, there he is. Professor Jalheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mehane's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the fault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Meridi found out I took coin from Thavner's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. I like the sound of that. I mean, the free drinks part, not the scrubbing pots for a week. Alright, Jalheen, what can you tell me? Yes. The following events can be skipped. You may cancel pending duty fine or registration. Yep, sounds good. Begin speaking with Jalheen. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? I want to ask you about the sunken vault in the bounty. Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Here we are, one of Meridi's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jalheen empties the cup in a single pull. Uh-oh. That was very kind of you, miss. But I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? Oh, chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Alzadal? Nope. He was Khan of the Ari tribe which sailed to Thavner from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Radzit Han. His decision to aid the Akasadara is what ultimately won the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Azadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Radzit Han's early days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely. Where have I heard that before? And returned with the glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is a tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Ozdal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. Is this going to be a deep dungeon or something? In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razadhan, folk would remember that tale of a hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Midleal, another round for the professor. I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another one for the professor. Oh ho ho! The day was a splendid day to visit the Mayhain. Jalheen gulps down his newest drink with gusto. Where were we? Yes. Those who did return from seeking treasure vaults refused, flatly refused, to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azaham was saying. Azaham Maz, a fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that once his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear, but he did have, no, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage, but is it clearly a foolhardy quest? That's why I'm here, dude. If my word sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. I think I've heard enough. Yeah, let's just do that. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale, then. What manner of dangers have you faced? I just went to the edge of the universe and fought hopelessness incarnate. The very edge of existence? From anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it. But I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Midleal, more of the same if you do, please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Jaleel drains yet another cup dry. Think you've had enough to drink, sir. I don't think we're going to be getting much more out of him. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. Thus, this friend of Azamaz, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Midleal, more drinks. Let's get you some water. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I am parched. Jalil gulps down the cup of water. That was water! Did you tell her to bring me water? Yes. Still, that's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My head was certainly thank you in the morning. I seem to have overindulged. I am put in mind of words of Master Jazon. Be wary of how much you drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me, I will subject you to no more of this unseemly antics. If you want to speak with Azam, well, as I said, we share a taste for the Main's fine spirits. You probably came in as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You appear to have learned all that Jalil has to share regarding the undersea vault. To find out more, you will need to locate a man by the name of Azama. Perhaps I should find myself a new pastime. Okay, let's see if we can find... Oh, I think we found him. He's enjoying some fun. Yes, I am Azama. And who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Azadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding the vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Azadal III's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me. How he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zahal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for his exorbitant price. That sounds like a pretty smelly scam. With that meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins in the small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend to seek Azudal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. I'm not your friend, bro. I'm better than your friend. What's going on here?
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Okay, kid.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
Shouldn't you be asking for money?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Azadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
Sure.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage.
And what does that mean?
You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never return with that treasure alive.
What a great guy.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
Oh, he was paid. Okay. That's why he's acting. That's why his acting is so bad. Oh, hello, Stinian. Of course, he's after it too. Oh no.
What have you, sir?
Oh no.
Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the
Stinian,
challenge
no.
of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
He's gonna get scammed.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Oh no, Stinian. We're gonna have to bail him out.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Stinian, no! And, yeah.
Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure.
Well, yeah, I am. Wonder if that dialogue plays if you're not playing this.
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
Well, definitely not getting scammed like you just were.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
Is my character really not going to say anything?
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
It's so obviously a fake.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
You seem eager to be underway. Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones.
Justinian, please.
I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Oh right, I forgot that's what we did with it.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
That's for sure.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice.
Okay,
of the
he did
merchant.
notice.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Of course. Naturally. Shall we split the expenses? Let's ignore that for now.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
By the way, I just spent all of my money. Do you happen to have some? So Estinian did recognize that that kid was faking it, but apparently he really does have a sister. You'll recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Vitra's request. That's right, I remember that. Well, he finally invited me to a feast, and made his proposal once I was too full of Hunnish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. The Radiant Host is... I forgot his name. The boy, I think? But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or trawler. Is a merchant or a trawler with a ship to fit for the open seas. Matsia is a fisherman by trade, yes. We should head to Akiali and see if he can help us. Okay, sounds good to me. Let's take a shortcut out. Okay, so which one? So where is that? Okay, over here. That's right. Let's go down to Yedlamad. It's Yedlamad, right? Yes. Yeah, let's fly on over there. Okay. Oh, Estinian's already here. Of course he is. In his full-on in his armor. I'm hoping to hire a ship, of course, rather than buy one. My funds would not stretch quite that far. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? You see, we kinda need a ship. I'm looking for treasure. So, you need a seaworthy vessel to seek out these ruins? Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here, and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Boy's still following us? Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of the way we walked so that you not cross paths with some wild beast? I kind of just flew, but okay. I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the hero who saved Thavnir? You are. I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zahal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. Yeah, we figured that out already. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and I beg your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have, well, we'd be... Enough. I know your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, where my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are too kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there is more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I've heard Zahal selling the information to another customer. He told the man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. Well, we're not him. You cannot go alone to that place. I'm not alone. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. We are a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there's little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... Kid. We can handle this. We should invite our comrades. We might need a hand moving the treasure. Now you've gone and made him cry. That we could. And assuming we do find that treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas of whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Let's see. Who would be most interested in this? Elfnode and Alizé. And I don't know about Y'shtola. I feel like Thancred and Urianger would be the right play, but at the same time, I feel like none of them are correct. Actually, these are ancient ruins. Let's go with Graha and Kryl. Aye, Kryl may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes, if that man is as strong as you... Is he, though? Strong? I mean? Yeah. What is your name, boy? Mirad, sir. Well, Mirad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat. And everybody's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. Estinian, please. Estinian being the nice guy. Estinian is... I think he's not as gruff as he makes out to be. I mean... yeah. Friends for the road. Estinian is ready to escort Mirad to safety. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Mirad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Alright, I guess we gotta head back to Old Charlene then. Let's see. Yep, Beldizian Annex. Let's go ahead and just go to Limsa first. And take the boat from there. Okay, let's go over to the Arcanist Guild. And take the boat from the... What's that side is that? West side. West side, best side. Old Charlie in for 300? Yep. Let's run on over. I want to get rid of these blue quests, but I need to wait. Also, is it retainer time? Yep, retainer time. Let me do that real quick. I re-rolled my retainer, my mining retainer to botanist, and I'm very slowly leveling her up to level 90. She's at level 87, I think. But it takes a very long time to do, or 86. So I can go ahead and deposit these crystals again. Alright, let's go over to Beldizian Annex. And see if we can find Graha. Hello, Ojika. Oh, look who it is! Welcome back, Brillian. What might the students do for you? I was hoping to find Graha. Graha! Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kryl. They've been holed up there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Of course they were. Typical Graha.
Ah, Ojika, my good man.
Nope, I'm a little taller.
Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment.
I mean, you have been working for days, right? What are you two working on? How is the restoration of the students coming along?
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
I was wondering if you want to come on an adventure.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Oh, what are we gonna have to do? Girl.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
Girl.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
Girl.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along?
I mean, Estinian's coming. That's pretty much it.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
Are you sure? Do you know where she is?
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she's spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift.
No, that's not till 6.5.
It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon.
Oh, okay, so she's literally just over in the library.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Because the historian mentioned that he supposedly went to another world.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer.
Oh, it looks like it could have been anyone. I could have picked anyone from that list.
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loperites are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here.
That's right, Urianger is still working with the Loperites.
Why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but it kind of seems like the group's growing a bit.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Actually, I guess they have to do this because if they want to make this be
Then it's off to the library.
A duty support dungeon, they need 5 people. Including the player. Right? Because they need 1 person to be shared, which is Graha. That gives us a healer for Urianger and then a DPS for Ishtola. So yeah, I guess they only need... and then another DPS for Estidian. Anyway, let's head on over to the Numenon and see if we can find Ishtola. Right, your Numenon's over here. A little pudding way. That's right, I found him earlier. I guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days, after all. But I persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier when they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. Sure, Pudding Way, sure. Alright. Ishtola, where are you? Guess she's, yeah, at the end of the hall there. There they are. Hold on. I was talking about how Graha was working too hard. But, it seems Ishtola's been working just as hard. Ishtola, please. Well, she wasn't hard to find, at least. Ishtola, I don't really want to wake you up, but probably shouldn't be sleeping here.
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
We're just gonna sit here until she's ready.
close my eyes for one moment.
Doing the Catboy squad. Still, please. Oops.
How long have you two been here?
A little bit. We just arrived. We didn't want to wake you up. Catching up on some light reading.
Something to that effect. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Joel, please! These people are working too hard!
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past.
Oh, we have one.
A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
Well, we happen to have a story that involves that.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished.
That's what I was thinking.
An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Once we get Urianger.
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Poor Mammoth. Gotta clean up all that. Oh, looks like we recruited Ishtola to go ahead and find Urianger. You know, where's Thalmazin? Ah, right. Let's head on out. I'm gonna go to teleport out to Labyrinthos, then we'll take the Aetheryte over there. To Aporia. And then let me actually go ahead and pull up the MSQ list for this so that I try and pace myself a little bit. Let's see, 6.1, that's not gonna work. There we go, patch 6.1, that'll work. Where is MSQ? No, I want MSQ. I don't like looking this up, but I have no other way for me to pace myself. Okay, so we're on Friends for the Road. And then, yeah, let's get through the dungeon today. So obviously there's going to be a dungeon. And then we'll do the rest tomorrow. First, let's go ahead and take the lift down, and because we still got to get to Urianger, then we'll head out to the dungeon, and then we'll be able to do that. I find it interesting how as soon as you enter this, not this part, but the bottom, once you go through this gate, it automatically cuts your flying off. You can still fly for a second, but then it immediately shuts you to the ground. Oh, right. Thancred and Urianger have been standing here for a while, because I accidentally came here once. No, accidentally came here. I came here once to get to Ultima Thule. I don't see Thancred anywhere. Was he not supposed to be traveling with Urianger? Yeah, Thancred was here. But he didn't, Anyway, let's talk to Graha and then Urianger. I've visited Labyrinthos on several occasions recently, but I never set foot in the Thalmazins since the day we boarded the Ragnarok.
Our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
Again, I wonder if they actually play that dialogue if you're not wearing the outfit.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
'Tis good to see you well. Wasn't Thancred with you?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
Oh, okay, he's got a date. Hopefully not another daughter.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperids had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Yeah. How?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Kryl. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperids now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
Urianger.
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity.
We thought you would think so.
I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
I mean, for me, it was post Stormblood.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments. 'Tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I mean, 5 is plenty big.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Well, I guess Thancred is coming. That makes sense. Because usually there's 5
All
NPCs
is
you can
well,
choose
I
from.
trust. A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
You're looking well. How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos.
Well, that's no surprise there.
A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
We're hunting treasure.
Beneath the waters of the bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I?
Oh, come on, you'll enjoy it, Thancred.
In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
I mean, I guess.
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
Like traveling to other worlds?
Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
No, we can make him wait. Well, this looks like Thancred isn't joining. Kind of expecting he would, but at the same time, like you said, we've already got too many people. Anyway, let's head on back over to Thavnir. Yeah, let's just use my an Aether ticket. And fly back over and meet up with Estinian. And then that should, the next quest should be the dungeon quest. Which means I'll go ahead and take a quick break before we go ahead and do that. So once I turn this in, I'll go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll go ahead and do the next quest in the dungeon. And then I think we might do the one right after that, but we'll wait a minute before I decide on that. First, let me go ahead and talk to everyone. Ah, the thrill of imminent adventure. I never tire of this feeling. Just imagine the possibilities. In my travels, I spied many a child wandering alone, orphans. In all likelihood, Though homes raised by beasts and blasphemies can be rebuilt, the void left by those we have lost cannot so easily be filled. I will pray to Sudurva for your safe return. May the wealth of her blessing guide you to the treasure you seek. Thank you, Matsya. I send you to recruit Graha and return with an entire survey party. I hope Matsya's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. I mean, should be. What he means is, we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs in the shallows there. We will keep an eye out. Let's see. I guess if I'm going to be going and doing this as warrior, I can grab some food. That's mage food. I guess technically this is tank food, but skill speed and direct hit rate are going to be a lot more useful. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick break in this nice, lovely weather. Alright, oh, I'm covering up Y'shtola, hold on. Let's see if I can get this to look decent. I think no matter what I do, it's gonna look meh. Anyway, let's go ahead and gonna take a quick break before we go ahead and do the dungeon quest. Time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Alright. Let's get back to it. Go ahead, I'm going to talk to everyone to see if they have anything different. And I'll talk to Y'shtola and we'll get started. This should be the quest for the dungeon. For this part. I will pray to... Yes, that we did that one. Despite his misgivings, I wager Murad remains in the merchant's employ. In my travels, I spied many a child... Yeah, we did that one. Ah, the thrill of an adventure. Yeah, we did that. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Y'shtola. Azadal's legacy. Y'shtola is intrigued by the legend of Azadal III. Azadal III. I confess, I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey is to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friend, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond what we know, But beyond that, we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Sounds good to me. Probably should go in better weather, though. There we go. Azadal's legacy, now accessible. Let's talk to Matsuya first. Yeah, same thing. Okay, I'm gonna do, like usual, I'm gonna go ahead and do trust. And then, yeah, like I said, there's there's usually 4 to 6 party members. Because you only need 3 more, and then they want to give you some variety by having an all-arounder. Because Thancred is tank. But they want to have at least one all-arounder who does this. Now, I want to have... I think I'll probably just end up taking this, but I kind of want Graha. Yeah, let's do Graha instead of Estinian. No, Estinian's a mage as well. I want to have a melee DPS. Yeah, oh well. We'll go ahead and just go with this party. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with Azadal's legacy. Oh, is that the glyph that the merchant was talking about? Remember my tank stance and get started. So can't I take 3 DPS here? I'm sure I won't need you, Oriange. Oops. Actually, that's fine. Go cleave bunga bunga.
Be gone!
There we go. It's pretty, just a jungly area. A lot of ruins, like they said. Let's stack them up a little bit better. Don't worry, Oriandra, you can let me get lower.
You're mine!
There we go. Oh, not that way. Try and stack them up a little bit. Oops, wasting, overcapping a bit there.
You underestimate me!
No, I don't think we do, Estinian. There we go. This feels like it's going a little bit faster than it usually does with the NPCs. Wait until this, because it's probably going to be more enemies. Yep. Stack them up.
This will hurt.
There we go. I honestly enjoy playing Warrior a lot more than Dark Knight because it's so much easier. You just literally just pop Blood Wedding, maybe pop some Vengeance or Rampart. And then just like the only other cooldowns that you need to pay attention to are Inner Release and Upheaval. And then make sure your Surging Tempest doesn't wear off, although for the most part, if you're just doing your rotation, it won't mess up. What's this gonna be? I probably shouldn't be standing here. I'm going to anyway, though. Ah, okay. Up too late now. Okay, one's red and one's blue. I suspect the red one went over. Nope, red one's there. You know, you'd think one of them would be able to, like, yank Uraja be able to yank me over there. Because clearly he knows the mechanics. Oh, come on, how did I get hit by that one? Clearly I need to pay more attention.
You underestimate me!
Okay, big wave. What's this gonna be? Oh yeah, just a raid wide? A tentacle dig. Let's, like, avoid this time. Okay, so they're heading over here. Yeah, that's away from both of them. Yep. Big wave is a raid wide, so I'll use Shake It Off. Okay, now this one I should not get hit here. Good. There we go. Where's the treasure chest? Oh, over here. Get my free materia and completely forget that I'm not using food. Oop. We're actually inside stuff. Cliff of passage detected. Confirming bearer's identity. See, Ryanja, you don't need to worry about it. I got this covered.
I will not hold back.
Try and pull him over here. Unrecognized ethereal signatures. Brazen thief, you will proceed no further. Doubt.
You underestimate me!
No, I don't think they do, Arianje. Not Arianje, you're Estinian. Thank you, Ryanje, for actually healing me. This is one case where, yeah, I actually need the healing. Okay, now I'm good. Nice and easy. That would have been a nice time for Chola to LB. We had a pretty nice amount of enemies grouped up there.
Make ready!
See if I can double pull this. Although, I suspect this is a really bad idea considering we have another one of these things up here.
Gloves are off.
Together we shall overcome this.
Thank you, Orianja. You're doing a great job. And that's what happens when you have a decent healer. I really shouldn't have double pulled that, but Urianji's up to the task.
I will end this farce.
Turn back, Treasure Seeker, or this vault will be your tomb.
I will not hold back.
I saw that the corners were lighting up, and it's probably going to be the same with the other two corners now. Yep.
Make ready!
I don't know what diffusion ray is going to be, but... oh, okay, just raid wide. We got some more here. There's one in the corner, which means nowhere's safe. I guess over here is going to be safe because, I see. Okay, that was close. Okay, got some more on the corners. Give me one at a time. This boss is pretty easy. The other one was a little bit trickier. Okay, so this time it's gonna be right here.
You underestimate me!
I guess actually, yeah. So it'll be on right here, on both sides, like last time. Or not? Hold on, I was looking at the wrong way. I swear I know what I'm doing. Wait, what am I talking about? Of course not. This is my first time I'm doing this.
You're mine!
Okay, diffusion ray is raid wide, so I'll use shake it off. There we go. Your greed will prove your undoing. Much better. Still not great. I messed up that last mechanic, but it didn't matter that much. Ooh, that looks like treasure. I'm gonna try and double pull this. I'm gonna make sure to use a little bit of mitigation in between shake it off, not shake it off, bloodwetting charges. Need to make sure to get this big guy down a bit more. There we go. That was a little bit of a sketchy pull, but it worked fine. There they are. was wondering where the rest of the mobs would be. Pop, shake it off.
Be gone!
They're getting the other stuff, but I need to make sure this one takes a little bit more damage so that they all die at the same time. There we go. That I hit that infuriate.
Make ready!
There we go. Let's see what this boss is gonna be. Big like treasure demon guarding everything. Looming Warden, Kapakulu. Looks interesting. Let's see. Yep, this way. Got a bit turned around because I was looking down at the mobs. Alright, Kapakula, you're going down. Oh, I've seen this boss arena before. This is the spinning top one, right? Yep. Oops.
You underestimate me!
Let's see, the billowing bolts is raid wide, okay.
You're mine!
Or party wide. Wild Weave is interesting, okay. Power Surge, so they're all standing by the green. Okay, I see. Is it gonna attack the stuff on the green? Yeah, I like that. Okay, I was close. I was just hesitant to step onto the spike things. Let's do shake it off.
Be gone!
Need to look up what shields stack with shake it off. Because I feel like sage shields share. Okay, it did the animation for that, but it didn't actually... okay, well, crud. I guess I'm gonna get hit by this. This is an interesting mechanic, but it's also really annoying. Okay, billowing bolts is raid wide. Oops, should have used reprisal a little too late. Oops, overcapped that. Okay, which one is gonna curse? The white one? Okay, we'll stand by the green. Or, not white, that's yellow. Spread. You know, Estinian, you should LB pretty soon.
This will hurt.
Not as much as if you use LB. Ah, yes. Just like the Duty Finder experience. Estinians really do capture it. Estinians? Trust NPCs. Capturing that party finder experience. Not party finder, Duty Finder experience. Like DPS never using LB. Hey, Grog, come running in at the end. Did I miss the party? Alright, let's get the loot and get out of here.
What have we here?
Well, clearly a golden throne.
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Varshan, if you knew about this, why didn't you, like, tell us to...
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters?
No.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Sealing away what exactly? Wasn't going to touch it, but you know you stole a ...
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Ah, yes. A lovely void scent stew. Oh, and of course she's happy to see it.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
Wait, this is like
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
This is like the gates that we opened in the magical DPS Shadowbringers, right? Does this lead to the 13th? I think that's why Y'shtola was so happy. Could such a tiny portal truly be so dangerous? Estinian, you shouldn't ask that question. I came here in search of something that might further my research. I did not anticipate a fully functioning void gate. I expect you have some more questions. Yeah, like why did you let those idiots try and come and plunder this place and die? Even in the learned halls of Sharlayan, 'tis forbidden to throw wide the gates to the abyss. The peril is far too great. Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is a product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter. Judging... hold on. Okay, let's start over. I was, of course the thing starts beeping in the background, I gotta turn it off. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to the priceless discovery. That swirling emptiness, it puts me in mind of my older friends, not to mention older foes. Well, I think we gotta... let's see, is this a good stopping point, or should I... okay, yeah, I can run and trust duty, yeah. Let's see, should I stop here, or should I go a little bit more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and do one more quest. Perhaps I might linger a touch longer. A brother's grief. Ishtola is appraising the Void Gate with a scholarly eye.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
Me too, and why did Vitra just kind of like hide it?
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
That's how we got the Warring Triad.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Yeah. He's part of the first brood, isn't he?
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
Wait.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
I see, and there's the Crystal Tower.
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
Well, yeah, I was the enemy.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat Han was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure.
Wait, this is just natural?
It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was
That's
silence.
right. I remember that.
I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of Void-sent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Radzat Han and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Yes, we have. I thought our time had come. I remember when Nero turned purple. Yes, I don't really actually remember that, but and obviously it's Crystal Tower.
As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed the Void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether? Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like Graha.
I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities.
Yeah, well, I was kind of thinking that like Graha, you're kind of like...
The scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Okay, Stola, what are you gonna say? I wondered how one of the first brood could simply vanish and leave no trace of her passage. Now I have my answer. Vitra's grief for a lost sibling will be no mystery to Estinian. His hath been a life entwined with sorrow, even before he became host of Nidhogg's essence. The 13th, that chaos must consume that world. Or what chaos? Millennia have passed since last I saw her, but I see Asdaja in memory still, clear and vivid. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulated one might a gate. Astounding! Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handedly destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Sorry about that. My apologies. We were perhaps a little zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If that construct can be repaired, we would be happy to offer assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Radzat Han. Alright, let's head back out to Thavnir and back to Radzat Han. And see how much more we have for this. See, alright, that's the Crucible. Okay, let's take the Aethernet over there, and there's none for over there. Let's run on over then. Alright, this is pretty much what we saw in there. This is what they were talking about by Hanish Crucible. There is much about the Void Gate that I cannot even begin to explain. I must convince Vitra to share everything he knows. While I am loath to keep Cryle much longer, I cannot bring myself to leave before hearing more of Vitra's tale. Vitra speaks as if Daja is a lost cause, but I wager he feels differently in his heart of hearts. 'Twas a most enjoyable expedition, for which I am grateful. As for mine evaluation, I shall impress upon the Lobrits that a treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels to test the mettle of any would-be intruders. This is quite the gathering. To what do we owe the pleasure? I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault's sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapakulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage, and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. If all these alchemists knew about this, why was there this whole thing about the map and the legend and everything? That seems a little weird. Was it tomb robbers? Friends born of the Tower of Zot? Or fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters! Do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. No, it was us. Yeah, it must be a blasphemy. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed. Which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded with my magics. Such a power must not fall into the wrong hands. Well, we're not the wrong hands, don't worry about that. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. Sounds like fun. That said, in its current state, it would emit only the lowliest of void scents, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man. I should think Alphanode would fit, given a affirmative push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet, you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it. But instead, I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Daja, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant, for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a convent made with the cloud of darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken, and the doorways severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such details usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I have put those futile efforts to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. Stinian is doubting this. Ah, I'd meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? Well, first we wanted treasure, but then we heard that there was a potential for another world, and then you totally got wrapped into this. As you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. And how long have you waited to do this? Then we are of the one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Wait, what, Stinian? What are you talking about? Isn't that right, my friend? Yeah. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. Oh, in that case, I want to open it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in the study, but the Loperts will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mistress Kryal was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. That's right, Kryal wanted some help with something. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Of course not. I mean, why would we ever want Nishtollah gone? We now undertake Chronicles of a New Era quests, Myths of the Realm, speak with the fresh-faced student about Lizzie Annex. Right, okay. Talk to Estinian, then Varshan, and wrap up this quest, and then I think that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the expedition, at least. Otherwise, it was a heavy purse to pay. For a treasure map leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Well, I mean, I can use them. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Oh, sure. Of course, anything to make up for the constructs we broke. Nah. Thank you, Brilliant. Brilliant and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Yep, one more cutscene. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Ah, yes, the 13th. I assume. Oh, is this the... what? This looks like a throne. Now, who dis? Is this the person we saw at the beginning? Maybe. And 4 other things. I sensed of the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Yet we must not undermine she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispensed by a flesh and blood mortal. Bah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch this flesh thing gasp on breath in her final moments. This is ominous. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. 'Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. That's ominous. Back to Radzat Han. Alright, I think that's a good stopping point. Right, Varshan? Anyway, that's going to be all for today. We made it about halfway through 6.1. And yeah, we made it through about halfway through 6.1. We got the dungeon done. And now it seems like we're going to investigate the Void Gate a bit more. But we're going to leave that till tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to continue and hopefully finish 6.1. And yeah, I guess that's all. But until next time, goodbye.